Megan Moreno from the A Market Natural Food Store in Manchester, New Hampshire. And she was nice enough to invite me into her kitchen and show us some of her famous raw food dishes. And a lot of these dishes are very easy to make. And in my last interview with Megan, I had asked her about her diet and about some of the foods that she eats, and she was nice enough to show us some of the things that she makes for herself. But before we get into the recipes, I just wanted to ask you, a lot of my viewers are trying to learn ways to be healthy and specifically trying to lose weight. So how would eating a lot of these foods help them achieve weight loss?
For the most part, aside from getting into nuts and oils and things like that, I mean, usually on a raw food diet, it's a lot of greens, fruit, a lot of greens. At least in mine, it's really the majority of the pie, if you will. If anything, what it does, the greens actually pushes out toxins, it pretty much facilitates losing weight. Usually weight loss on raw foods, for the most part, I hear that a lot, that people will go raw for a month and they'll see amazing weight loss. Mostly because you're also feeding your body nutrition.
Right, that's what I was just going to say.
Then, you actually don't continue to crave a ton. Usually, most of the time we overeat is because we have no nutritional value in our foods and we have to keep on going because our body's saying, I'm starving.
Right. And I find too that when you start to add more nourishing foods to your diet, you don't have the desire to eat the bad foods, if you will, the processed foods.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, I'm excited to see what you're going to show us. I know we sampled some of your goodies before, so I'm eager to see what we're going to do here.
So it's pretty simple. Like, I just wanted to show, usually for salads, it can be really simple if you just want to have a really nice dinner. The most important thing is color. Pretty much, you want it to be a desirable event when you're looking at it. So take the time, really notice the color. I try to usually think about getting the rainbow into a salad. I have not got the orange, which I could have done. You could usually shred orange carrots. But that can be really simple, and then you can just make anything. You can get really creative and really simple with your dressing. Throw in sunflower seeds, orange juice, blend, done.
Great. This looks delicious. I'm going to hold it up so
of course.
See it. Got a pretty good view. Good. Looks delicious.
We can have our amazing yellow bell pepper.
These are my favorite peppers, by the way.
More vitamin C than oranges.
Really? I didn't know that.
And very, very, very important to buy organic. They spray a ton of chemicals.
So especially peppers? Is this true of just all peppers, green, red?
Green is an unripe pepper. Something to keep in mind. A lot of people have stomach issues with green peppers. It's an unripe pepper. So really, things haven't been fully formed. That's why they taste different. They taste very, very different. Intuitively, we know that. And we usually feel better. I know I never have had issues stomach-wise with colored peppers, whereas with green, very different experience. So there's that. There's a few things. This is a Vitamix, a very high-powered blender, where you can literally throw in, I'm going to just take off the stems, you probably didn't really need to do that either. Usually just wash your spinach. This is a Savoy spinach, so it might look a little different than what you're used to. Usually it's a flat spinach. You can just blend with water, or I juiced some fresh orange juice. I have a manual. I like having something that's manual now. So I juiced some fresh orange juice. I'm just going to pour that in there. Another fabulous smoothie is just simply fresh orange juice blended with avocado. Amazing. Amazing.
I love avocado.
Yeah, you're saying banana.
Yeah, I love the banana and the avocado smoothie. So this is just orange juice and spinach.
Yeah, and just blend. Spinach tends to make things really creamy, which is really exciting. A green vegetable that can make things creamy.
It's good.
Hopefully I blended enough. anything?
I'd never know that there was spinach in here. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
I love it.
So
Very
then
good. Wow.
we could take that concoction, put in the avocado, which would, you gotta think of avocados as almost like when you add that fat, it's like time released. So when you add your sugar from your orange juice,
Right.
add the fat, it prolongs the energy longer. Like, I'm just gonna put in just some sunflower seeds. And
This is the true test when you can put seeds in there.
to show you what it does.
They blend.
Saying like you can make this as like a dip. Again, this probably is going to taste very bland, but you could add a sour component to it, so lemon juice or apple cider vinegar or lime juice or something. And so it pretty much comes out as just a very creamy consistency.
That is amazing.
You could use it as like dip or water it down a little bit and make it as dressing. It's endless.
Yeah.
I think that's what evokes in people
Right.
is creativity.
Right,
Because
right.
you end up taking on someone's recipe and then making a
Creating your
whole
own.
new recipe,
Yeah.
and it's really exciting. So what I have is celery, apple, and ginger,
Okay.
which is lovely. Celery, nature's air conditioner. We're heading into fall, so not so needed, but we always need the mineral sodium, which celery provides.
Right. That is a pretty color.
How is that? What I had Melissa try was if you're craving ice cream and you want something of a natural version, you can just freeze some bananas, and there's raw chocolate, and they have nibs. You can find it at a health food store. Raw cacao nibs. So all I did was just blend the banana, just a little bit of water to create kind of a thick consistency. Add the nibs and some sweet dates. Ice cream.
And that's it.
Ice cream.
Very easy, and it was delicious.
Another great, quick, sweet treat at night if you're craving something and you don't want to dip into something that might cause you to go down the opposite direction that you want to go in. You can just simply take dates, take the pit out if it has a pit in it. Medjool dates is the one that are most commonly found, and then you just put a nut in there, so pecan or walnut or cacao nibs, you can do that too, and just chomp on that. And usually with the dates you don't need much.
Yeah.
So and then you're satisfied.
Yep.
And then
I
you
just
can-
had one before, and all I needed was one. There was plenty of sweetness there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you can go to bed,
Yeah.
feel good,
Yeah.
and wake up, more importantly, feeling good.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think that's pretty much.
Well, thank you so much
My
for giving
pleasure.
us some healthy ideas.